Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is your review for Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 14, Choosing Sides. So, Simone and Jackie, they have lunch like they always do. Jackie, updates Simone. Jackie ended up, not Jackie. Yeah, Jackie. Jackie ended up getting the check from Phaedra. So Phaedra ended up writing the check for the 40,000. So she was a woman of her word. And she will also not be rejoining the group. So that's that. Inviting Apollo was just too much. Simone wants to know, how is that too much? She invited Apollo to New York. Girl, that's not the same thing. And you know that. Are you for real? So should we invite Tammy? We'll invite Tammy to the next couples trip. Anyway, Simone feels like Phaedra was, she has a part to blame because she too invited Shaq, knowing that it would upset Apollo, and so either way, everybody was playing a game, which is true, which is true. Still, when it came to Apollo's wife being there, the woman he was cheating with, yeah, that's yeah, no, that's not that's different. That's different. She wasn't playing that game, so she left. That's just there's that. Anyway, King, he can't come around the group since Greg filed those charges. Simone shares that Greg wrote a diss record, and so she shares that cringy ass video to Jackie, and they get a good laugh at it. Heavenly and Contessa, they meet for lunch. They each want to move forward. Heavenly, she feels as though Contessa has, I feel like you have some blame in the breakdown of our friendship. Contessa wants to know what that looks like. Heavenly says, well, when you come and vent to me about your husband and then you stay with him, it's like, girl, I told you, either leave or shut the fuck up. Either leave or shut up. That's all she was saying. Contessa's whole thing was her saying that Scott was abusive. And Heavenly said, well, you said he was volatile. And she says, well, volatile is not abusive. And that's true. Tomato, still. If somebody is just saying that their husband is volatile, it doesn't necessarily mean that they over there throwing him down the stairs. He could just be. But she said emotionally and verbally abusive. And if somebody is volatile with their words, that's what that is, Contessa. But okay, girl. Now we dealing in semantics and all of that. But okay. They want to move forward from this day forward. Like, we're not going to talk about the past anymore. We're going to just start over from here, getting to know one another. And they agree to that. Get up and hug and everything. Contessa's having she's doing the, every season somebody has to host the medical mission activity or event, I should say. And this time Contessa's partnering with the Diabetes Association. Yeah, they're hosting an event. She's invited everybody. Heavenly thinks it's irresponsible to invite everybody, being that there's a pending case going on. Greg done filed these charges or whatever. Contessa insists, well, everybody's invited, so there's just that. She feels like there's space for everybody. Okay. If y'all start showing out at the event, that's on you. That's on you. Eugene, he done hurt his foot. He in the bed, nursing himself back to health. Toya come in there, sharing with him that she sat down with Sweet Tea and them. And that, Sweet Tea is being very difficult. She's making it difficult to choose her. Eugene feels like, well, we're not just going to throw Greg away for King. Like they could be feeling alienated as well. T and Greg, that is, because we welcomed them last year. And now we kind of on the fence about having their backs, in regards to this King and Greg situation. But everybody gonna have to get on the same page, honestly. Or they won't be able to get together. But King can't film with them no way. So, I mean, ain't no same page. Ain't no getting back, getting, moving forward, because he can't even sit down with the man. He can't even be around the group because he done pressed charges. But Toya feels like everybody's accountable. Greg and T, they are accountable. They're not victims. Quad, she got her bikini on. Her man done got over there, It's date night. They're going to have date night down by the jacuzzi. She quiet straight away. She gets to the point. He can tell she want to talk about something. She been thinking about moving in together. And he's like, well, I wouldn't want to move in with you, but I could see us getting something together. And she's like, well, I mean, this is my first house that I got with my own coin, all on my own. And he said, well, I mean, you can rent it out. And she starts giving a little pushback, like, why you can't just drop your ego? Girl, it ain't the ego, because you dealing with an ego right now, too. Don't project. Because he's trying, what I hear is compromise over there. I hear, I'll give up my place, you give up your place. We come together and get a place. Then it's in both our names. She worried about it being another situation like it was with she and Greg. That ain't it. That's not this. That man ain't trying to hold no house over your head. He trying to buy a house with you. He trying to do it with you, Quad. Hopefully she hears him and she's not just, blinded and, lost on the fact that this man is not Greg. She knows that there will be some type of compromise. They're gonna talk further. They'll talk later. They'll dive a little deep, a little bit. We'll think on it. They'll ponder on it. Michael and Miles, they at the apartment. This whole, why are we doing this, Simone? This was so fucking stupid. She used this whole condo situation like it was a real story. Per their contract, if they didn't clean the condo, that they was gonna get evicted, and then now they gotta move back home because they didn't clean the apartment. They come over there, the apartment's not clean. Oh, now I'll have the only option I have now is to put y'all out. Now I gotta move home. We just doing scenes to do scenes. They gonna take a portion of these paychecks monthly because she spells out the itemized bill, list of the bills and everything, and what household expenses that they do have, and neither one of them got about $2,000. So they not making $2,000 a month, or they're not making the money to make a $2,000 a month payment for rent or whatever. And so we're going to just take a little portion out your check monthly. So send the stubs. Okay, whatever. Contessa and her medical mission. She says it's more like a medical fair because we have other resources here as well. We got the Kidney Foundation. Of course, all the doctors and everybody's going to be there. Listen, get in where you fit in. And I love to see this. This is always my favorite part. This is always my favorite part when we get to the medical mission. Heavenly and Dr. Damon, they are in the car headed to the function. Dr. Damon doesn't understand why King can't be around the group. It's just unfair. And Heavenly says that Greg just couldn't take seeing Quad with King, with another man. He just couldn't take it. The people are arriving to the function. Quad also, she showed up in her scrubs, so she gonna dress the part. She gonna dress the part. I know that's right. Contessa gives, the people a bit of awareness. Listen, I'm proud. We, the community, are proud. We need this. We really do. Thank you, Contessa. Thank you all. Thank you to the people. Okay, because this is the best part of this show. It really is. Dr. Jackie speaks to gestational diabetes. I had gestational diabetes both pregnancies, big babies. Listen, stress out. The first time they told me, I had cried myself into Braxton Hicks. Or should I say cried and stressed myself, because Lord have mercy. Anyway, you have to really take care of yourself. And so now being that I really have to watch it, because just like Dr. Jackie said, it can be a issue in your future, if you're not careful. So we always appreciate the awareness that the doctors bring. And listen, this being centered around diabetes. Thank you, Contessa, because we need it. Now, this is a conversation that we need to have, okay? Big Mama, your arm. And I'm making a joke, but goddamn, I'm serious. I'm so serious. Anyway, Child Steve outside with the rest of the retired football players throwing the football with the kids. That's their contribution. Scott fills the guys in on Greg's mork ass and what he's been up to, trying to get that man thrown in jail. You know, Dr. Damon, he gonna speak up every time he hear it, because he just ain't here for it. He just ain't here for it. He don't like it one bit. Steve said he talked to King. King is open to a conversation with Greg so that they can move on. You know, listen, let's just move forward. Steve wonders, I'm wondering if this is just his bruised ego. What is this? What's going on? And Scott thinks that it's mainly about Quad, you know, and he refuses to apologize to Quad, but he done said out his own mouth that Quad is the only one that can make this right. Like, what's she supposed to do? I know you ain't looking for no apology from her. I know better than that. I know you don't want Quad to apologize. Because why? You know, like, this is a situation between you and King. So thinking that Quad has to somehow get involved to bring it all back to a cohesive space. And girl, please. I was about to say, girl, please. And I should have just gone on and said it, because, girl, please. Anyway, we all agree that Greg and King need to make it right, you know. So or just go your separate ways, but please decide. Don't make it our decision to choose. You choose. You gonna come around and make it right, or what? Shit. The ladies, they're also talking about Greg and Sweet Tea. And, you know, Quad's like, listen, I don't see how I can be around him. I just don't see how that's going to be, you know, a thing. I just don't see it. It's just not wise. Contessa says, well, listen, when it's pressure on you and you get married and you're in this group and you don't know who's got your back or who doesn't have your back, Quad is just like, she giving her the squinty look like, girl, what? Excuse me? Say what again? She goes on to say, but we have to have empathy for you, Quad, because you too have been placed in an uncomfortable environment. And then, you know, Quad was ready for that. Yeah, uncomfortable environment, very uncomfortable. Y'all, she was about to go in. But I'm saying that to say that we can choose you and we can choose her. No, that ain't what Quad want to hear. She don't want to hear. It's choose me or her, not choose us both. When Contessa is trying to reason with Quad about this whole situation, Heavenly blurts out, well, it's not going to work when people pressing charges, when his charges have been pressed. Contessa says, listen, stop being so negative. You always so negative. I'm not being negative. I'm just trying. Well, can I finish what I'm saying? Well, I'm just trying to talk. Let somebody else talk. Damn. You know, the people starting to look around and they getting loud. So we back to square one with Heavenly and Contessa. Contessa basically tell them that they need to go on to leave, because listen, she's like, the least I can do is make sure that y'all are not in the same space. And they are pulling up like outside. They were walking in. So Quad and Heavenly, they make their exit. You know, Heavenly got to go loud. I don't know why she got to walk out the door all loud. It's like, girl, just leave quietly, please. T, you know, she's greeted with hugs. Contessa checks in with her. You know, I want to make sure that you feel safe with the group. Mimi, you know, she's our therapist. She's the group therapist. So she wants to make sure that T is in a space where she can be around the group and not be in conflict and manage her emotions. T said, I've been managing my emotions. Girl, have you? Now, let's not tell lies now. Let's not tell tall tales. They want to know, long story short, are y'all gonna drop these charges so that we can all film together and everybody can be in one room and it not be no issue? Can we move forward as a group, please? With T, she doesn't feel like she needs to fight for this group. You know, like she ain't got no bone in the fire. I guess I don't know. I guess it's almost like she don't care. Like she's indifferent. She's indifferent. And whatever Greg say, that's what she gonna roll with. Listen, I don't know what you want me to say. What you want me to say? Outside, the guys, they sit down with Greg, and Steve asks, you gonna let this little disagreement, that wasn't that major, like you gonna file charges, did you need to file charges? Basically, can you drop the charges? And Greg, of course, not when disrespect is involved. I don't feel like I've been respected. And we show a clip of Quad saying what she said, and then King saying what he said. He just feel like they're disrespectful, and that's just what it is. He's not dealing with the disrespect. It ain't no little situation to him. And he asked him, would you be willing to drop the charges, so that we can all move forward as a group? The men don't like it. I mean, they don't like being put in a position to have to choose. But I mean, that's basically what Greg and T are. Greg and T want them to choose, and so do Quad. Y'all gonna have to choose, basically, if y'all want us in the same room. But really, just folks need to be accountable. Greg, you need to be accountable as well. You're not a victim. Again, you're not a victim. You're not a victim, okay? But he ain't gonna budge. He ain't gonna budge. He questioning whether or not these folks his friends. I'm questioning their loyalty, because I'm not feeling the loyalty. You're not a victim. Anyway, until next time, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.